So welcome everybody. I'm so grateful that you're here and joining me. My name is Dr. Jane Smolnik. I've been a naturopathic doctor for some of you who don't know me for probably over 30 years, and a master herbalist and iridologist, a certified intuitive healer and kinesiologist, and licensed avatar trainer, master. So this is going to be exciting because what we're going to do tonight, I want to explain to you a little bit about what BioField Clearing is and why we all need it. And then I'm going to do a clearing for all of us, for all and humanity, for what we need to clear so that we can kind of shift and raise up to our highest and truest self at this time, which is a very important time for us to be doing a lot of this work. So great. And Lisa, you said my picture is frozen. Does anybody else think my picture is frozen? No? Okay, so it might be your computer for some reason. Okay, well, welcome everybody. So I want to talk a little bit about why this type of work is so important. You know, as a healer and a therapist for well over 30 years, one of the things I started noticing is people's health issues have become so much more complex, right? And in fact, what I'm seeing is people aren't healing like they used to be, you know, and even things like supplements are not working the way they used to work 20 or 30 years ago. You know why? Because for one thing, we have far more toxins in our air, food, water, in our bodies. We have way too many EMFs, electromagnetic frequencies. Think about even the shift in 20 years of all the Wi-Fi and cell phones and computers and Alexa and 5G and towers everywhere and satellites. It's just a lot. And it's challenging for our system and our bodies. But even more than that, I'm finding is now is a time where we really need to heal on a much deeper level. It is not just about supporting the physical body. That's important. Your physical health is important. But we are not just physical bodies. We don't just reside in our physical bodies. Let me see if I can shift this a little bit. Okay, I guess I can't. So I want to ask you if you're committed to your personal, spiritual, and personal evolution. You know, we are all trying to rise up and heal in many different ways. So whenever we have chronic conditions, there's deeper things that are going on that are repeating themselves over and over again. Do you know that all healing is your body's way of trying to identify and eliminate anything that's having a negative influence on your body, right? And it can be toxins, and it can be EMFs, and it can be stressors, but there's so much more than that. So we come into this lifetime, right, in our bodies with about 34,000 bits of information in our DNA. So only about 3% is really your genetic makeup, like what you're going to look like and stuff like that. The rest of it is your quantum DNA. And this is our lineage. You know, this is the information on a soul level that we bring in to work through and heal in this lifetime. You know, for many years as an iridologist, I would photograph the eyes with a microscope and a digital camera. And I can really tell what issues you're bringing into this lifetime to heal and to master and to shift and to change, you know? So when we have chronic conditions, I don't care if it's a chronic pain, a chronic health issues, recurring patterns like relationship patterns, self-sabotage, do you have recurring financial issues, any kind of challenge or stress that is recurring, there are things that are coming in that we're not aware of. Do you know that we're only consciously aware of about 10% of the stuff that comes in? The other 90% is in our subconscious, which is below our conscious level, as well as the unconscious mind. You know, we're not aware of it. And what are these things? So think about this for a minute. Humanity and our ancestors have been on this planet for not only tens of thousands of years, but hundreds of thousands of years, right? We have our own family lineage and we have our ancestry. So we bring into this lifetime all kinds of information, all kinds of bits of information. And as we're trying to heal in this lifetime, we're trying to identify what are the things that pull us off center. So when we are aligned with our truest and our highest self, our infinite self, our spirit self, we are powerful, divine, creative beings that are unlimited, loving, and wise in every way. But what happens on a daily, day-to-day basis is we get pulled off center by our fears and our doubts and our judgments and our concerns and our limitations and our stressors. We get pulled off to the side, off center. And we have an incessant little ego mind that likes to label things, judge them, analyze them. We have our fears, our doubts, our worries, our memories, our desires, our thoughts, our beliefs, all these things that pull us off center, more on a horizontal level, where it's like, okay, we're more stuck in our 3D limited reality when we're in our mind and we're stuck on this level and we're not advancing. It keeps our inner power limited to a certain degree. So what do we do? So I think many of you people, you're here and you're drawn to this because of the fact that we are drawn to evolving right now. The frequencies are rising. Things are becoming easier or harder, you might say, but the veils are becoming thinner. We're being able to see things. We're being called to evolve and to shift to a whole different level and to discover who we truly are and to really get down to the core of real healing so we can be a collective group of humanity, a species that can thrive with joy and happiness and kindness and compassion and infinite possibilities, right? That's what we all want, every single one of us. We want to find more joy, more love, more peace, more power in our lives. And we're all here trying to relieve our own pain and suffering. That's how it works, But all of us are here doing that. Every single person comes into this lifetime with certain challenges that on a soul level, on an unconscious level, you're here to master, to recognize, to understand, to turn it around and find your true self. That's what we're really here doing, So we've been going through things for a very long time. And right now, what we've been going through for the last year and a half, almost 2 years, there's no mistake behind it, because of the fact that we are, as a society, we're needing to be shifted out of our comfortable slumber of, oh yeah, well, I'm used to the way life is, I get to have my job and, things might not be totally great, but there are some things that are good. And, I get to go be with my friends or go do things that I like to do and have nice things, whatever. And we forget that that's not all there is. There's a whole lot more that we can have, that we do have, that we can experience. And we need to get that. We really need to understand that. So basically, when we're in our busy thinking mind, we're just constantly pulled off center and our power is very limited. So with BioField Clearing, what we're going to do is help to really identify what are the things that keep us from being our highest self. So all the 90% of the things that I said are in our subconscious or unconscious mind. And the things that we inherit from our families, from our ancestors, the things that we bring in from our past life, the unfinished business, they act as transparent filters. And we have many filters that we create our life through. And we don't realize that they're limitations, they're blocks, it's stuck energy. Like, what's really going on here? How come we can't be this powerful divine being? Who says we really are that? Sometimes we do feel like that. Sometimes we do feel totally aligned and inspired. And sometimes, most of the time, we get pulled off center. So this is really an important piece of work. So I have to say, I've been working with my guides and my Pleiadian team for over 30 years. And about 20 years ago, they showed me something and I didn't understand it until this year, until very recently. And what they showed me is I actually did a little journey with a friend of mine, Zakiah Blackburn, who does these amazing journeys. And one of the things we were doing was accessing our ancient ancestors. And then we also did an afternoon session of accessing our ancient star families. And I immediately went up to the Pleiadians. And it was really interesting to me because I never had an experience like that before, but there was probably a group of about 30 of them that were just surrounding me like they were my family, and they were so happy that I was there, and they said, people don't usually come to see us. We have to go see you, And what they did was they showed me, and it was more like a telepathic, holographic vision of what was going to be happening on the planet. And what they showed me was, we're going to be going through a near-death experience here as a culture. But just like any near-death experience, when you come out the other side, all of a sudden there's a much higher reverence for life. And it was like, well, that's a beautiful idea, but I really didn't understand, well, how's that going to work? This year, now I know. This is kind of what we're going through, And what I'm seeing is the need to heal on much deeper levels. So I've been developing over many years a variety of different charts. I use kinesiology to really determine what's going on. And now this is really the only thing I have time for because so many people are asking for it, BioField Clearing. I'm not even doing my naturopathic practice anymore. But when we're so stuck in our busy mental thoughts, we have been taught in our society to label and judge and have an opinion on this and that and blah, 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 blah. And it pulls us off center, So when that happens, we are not connected to our intuition, our telepathic abilities, our higher self, our inner guidance system. We have a deep connection to who we truly are, but we are often kind of overshadowed by all this stuff that just keeps us busy in this busyness, right? Our day-to-day mind just gets stuck with all the noisy memories and desires and fears and thoughts and all that stuff. So it actually manipulates or limits our multidimensional abilities of who we truly are as amazing human beings. And even our star families from other places that are high frequency, they don't look at us as we're less than. They are in awe of us. They honor us because every single one of you here, we all have chosen to come into this time, right? To really work through and to be here and to be present and to work through things. So what we're really doing is we're taking all of our big challenges in life and turning them around to find our soul's virtues and our joys and what we're here to master. So I want to ask you a question. Do you consider yourself a victim to life? Do you say, well, it's because of my boss, or it's because of my partner, or because of my mother, or because I don't have a job, or because of this damn government and all this stuff, that this stuff is happening? Then you're just playing the role of a victim. You're giving away your power. Are you a reactor in life? Now, a reactor tends to put judgments on everything. So then it attaches your emotions to things like glue, and you're constantly reacting to things. There's not a lot of power in that either. Or are you a deliberate divine creator? Are you a powerful creator? Are you choosing intentionally to be conscious and aware and create your life as you choose? How many of you think that you're a powerful creator? That you're not just reacting, you're not just a victim, we're more aware. So even practicing being aware of watching how we're being can be a really eye-opening thing. So we're going through a really big shift right now, a really big shift in consciousness. So healing on a much deeper level is extremely important. So we all have all this information in our DNA. And I want to explain something too, just to make this really clear. We think of ourselves as a body, right? With a mind. And if you're only going to try to heal or grow or evolve, paying attention to your body and your mind, you're sunk. But if we realize we are not a body that has a soul, we are a soul that has a mental body, an emotional body, an etheric or energy body, and a physical body. You don't end at the skin, you expand so much more out, right? We are much more broader and wider than we can imagine. So if you come from a place of your soul self, which is mainly your higher self, think about this. Your physical mind, right, is in here, your ego mind. That's your fears, doubts, judgments, limitations, all that stuff. It comes from your relative self, what you know, what you've experienced, and your reactions to life. That lives and dies with the body. But above that, you have your higher self, which just observes things neutrally. It's very compassionate. There's no judgment. It's just aware and observing. It's a watcher. And then above that, we have our soul center, our soul self. And that is, our soul is kind of like, if you're familiar with the Akashic Records, this is all the lifetimes we may have experienced. You know, my belief is you don't kill a soul. A soul just constantly evolves and moves on. Right now, we're all having this physical experience on 3D planet Earth, right? But that's not the end of it. We're so much more than that. And above that, you have your divine spirit self, which is your absolute self. It's absolutely infinite, aware, wise, loving, compassionate, all knowing. We are all connected to one universal consciousness, one divine source, right? And we all have our own spiritual blueprint that we bring into this lifetime, and we choose on an unconscious soul level what we want, the challenges we want to go through in life. And do you know, not one person comes onto this planet alone. Every single person has a minimum of 3 guides, but they can't interfere. They can't change things for you or do things for you. You have to ask because you have free will. So when you say, oh gosh, you know, I need some protection, I need some assistance, I need some guidance, I want answers to my questions. Okay, they're happy to help you. So that's an important thing to know. So we're all connected, and we have to keep improving ourselves, evolving and growing. Every generation does. So we can have things that happen to us in this lifetime. We can have traumas, challenges, limiting beliefs, things, you know, that have happened during this lifetime. We can have things that we took in prenatally. We can have trapped emotions that came in when we were in our mother's womb. But more than that, we all have inherited influences. You know, we have a mother and a father, and we can have inherited patterns from our family lineage for sometimes 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 generations back. And we can identify it using BioField Clearing. What exactly is your limitation and where did it come from? What realm did it come from? So sometimes what we see is there can be a lot of traumas that may have happened over the years. Think about this too. Humanity has been a very traumatized species for tens of thousands of years, hundreds of thousands of years. We've gone through all kinds of wars and traumas and earthquake and rape and genocide and killing and you name it. And when our family goes through something like that, or our ancestors, now our ancestors are a collective consciousness group. That's different than our inherited line, which is our personal family line, right? So when they go through something, it becomes a shock to the system. Do you know all illnesses start with a shock to the system? And if it doesn't get healed, it gets passed down into the DNA to the next generation and the next generation, but it comes in on an unconscious level, so we're not aware of it. And again, it acts like a transparent filter that we're seeing our life through, and the limitations and the anxiety or the stress or the fear or the judgments, you know, and it's really a fascinating thing when we unravel it, because we all have our own threads of our own story of what we're healing on a soul level. And to me, my passion has been for a long time now, we have to heal on the level of the DNA. We have to evolve our healing on a very deep level. It is not just about, are you taking the right vitamins? Are you eating the right diet? Are you cleansing your body of toxins? Yes, all those things are good, but that's not going to heal chronic problems or chronic conditions or chronic illnesses. No, we have to heal on a deeper level. So, you know, sometimes we blame others and we blame things and we give our power away, and it really just weakens us. But we are actually souls. Like I said, we have mental body, emotional body, spiritual body. If you put your ego mind in charge of your body and your evolvement, you're sunk. If you put your soul in charge of your body, you're healing, you're evolving, that's where you're going to grow. So that's a really important part. So do you guys remember when 9/11 happened back in 2001, right? It was a major event. And what it did was it shook us, knocked us back into our heart centers all over the planet. You know, that was a pretty interesting, powerful time. And we're actually in a time right now that's even greater and bigger than that. We have a lot of healing that's happening. And the potential and the abilities are massive for us to do that. Like I said, the veils are thinner, the frequencies are rising, we are ascending, the entire earth is ascending. It's becoming easier and easier. People are awakening all over the world. But the healing has to happen on a very deep level. So, like I said, I developed this BioField Clearing over the years. And it was really interesting to me because, you know, I've ended up developing like 21 different charts. And we can identify any trapped emotions you might have, any core fears, what are your inner challenges, what are your limiting beliefs, what are the blocks in your body? Do you have relationship challenges? Are there stuck energy in your chakras? Do you have cords? Do you have, you know, dark entities that need to be cleared? You know, do you have patterns in your DNA? I mean, there's just a long list of things that we can identify. So based on whatever your concern is, with BioField Clearing, what we do is, first of all, we ask your permission to work with your higher self, to work with your guides, your angels, your team. I bring in sometimes your medical assistant team. And with your permission, we say, okay. And I usually ask, what are your top 3 areas of concern? And then through dowsing, through some kinesiology, we can identify, based on your concern, what is needing to be healed. And what happens is it unravels a whole story for each person. It's almost like a ball of yarn or peeling away layers of an onion, layer at a time to get down to the core, and then everything pops and everything changes, everything heals. So it's really quite interesting. And as we identify things, we use ancient Egyptian healing pendulums. They're healing tools based on sacred geometry. I'll show you one right here. This is one right here. It's pretty heavy. This is called a Mer-Isis pendulum. It goes into the subconscious mind, the unconscious mind. There's a triple amplifying ring, and then there's a bowl that catches all the energy. And with very specific techniques, we create a powerful magnetic vortex of light to go down deep into your energy field and to draw out, tag, and neutralize anything that needs to be cleared from your cells, organs, tissues, glands, your DNA, from all time, all space, and all dimensions. So there's a little bit more to that, but it's a very powerful process. Now, I also went to school back in like 99 and 2000 for intuitive diagnosis work. And what I was taught was we could pull up, with somebody's permission, the energy field of someone anywhere on the planet. I don't care if they're in India or Timbuktu. With their permission, I could pull up their energy field and we can connect, because we're all connected. The only thing that separates us is space. And we could read the energy body of the physical, the emotional body, the spiritual body. It was fascinating work. But I really felt like a lot of people weren't ready for it back then. But now, I mean, I've incorporated so many things into this process, and my guides really helped me with this. And so I can work with people anywhere in the world. And now I have a whole bunch of certified BioField Clearing practitioners, because I teach this as well. And we can work with people anywhere in the world, basically over the phone, to call up their energy field and do the healing. So everything starts to unravel for people. And the stories are amazing. It's always a sacred healing process for every single person. I mean, I'm just floored at what can come up for people. And it's beautiful. It's compassionate, it's loving, it's wise, and it's very beautiful. So it's a very interesting process. So let me just see what else I want to say. So when we go to the healing charts and we pull out and we clear out some of these things, and we can identify where they came from. And your team, your guides, are actually guiding the process. It's not me. It's not us. We're learning how to connect and do the process using the charts. And it can take us deep into any story, Any person, everybody's story is completely unique. And that's where the real healing lies. You can heal from chronic pains, chronic illnesses, relationship challenges, financial problems, you know, self-esteem issues, self-sabotage, limitations in your success, anything, it doesn't matter. You know, so what we're doing is identifying what is pulling you so off center. How do we clear it and eliminate it and then realign you with your highest self? So once we've cleared a number of items in a session, then we go to the healing charts. And instead of just having all this wide open space and letting it go, what will happen if you do that is you'll go back to your usual default patterns. But once we clear a bunch of items in space, then we go to the inner healing charts and we see what empowering beliefs might be beneficial for you right now. Your guides will tell us. What do you need to master for your infinite beingness? Your guides will tell us. What virtues are you here to master? Every single person, I've said this for a very long time, has at least one or two virtues that we're here to master. So when you take the inner challenges that we have, the greater the difficulty, the greater the challenge, the greater the gift when you turn it around and heal it, of equal and opposite pressure. No doubt about that to me. So it's really important. And then we can find out what you need to master for your infinite beingness, find out what your inner healing keys are. We have 21 inner healing keys. What's your key to healing? And we can infuse your energy field with divine golden light. And I have a variety of different Egyptian pendulums. This one is called a golden hue. And this gives off the highest frequency there is. It's divine golden light, column of divine golden light. And you know, these things have been used for thousands of years for healing. And in Europe, a lot of times they're very much used for healing to this day. So when I was guided to do this work and doing the charts, and it was like, oh, this was great. And then my guides kind of said to me, okay, now you need to teach this. And I was like, what? That's brilliant. What a great idea. I never even thought of that. So it's like, okay, great. So I had to fine tune this course and they really helped me with that and put it together. And now, in fact, I see a few people here who are some of my BioField Clearing practitioners. So anyone can learn how to do that. But what I want to do right now is actually do a healing for all of humanity. I want to ask as a collective, because we have our individual personal consciousness and we have a collective consciousness, right? We also have a universal consciousness. But in our collective, what's going on for humanity right now? What are we needing to shift and heal? So if you want to join me in this, let's do a little clearing for all of us right now who are present, okay? If you want this to work for you, I'm going to ask, do I have your permission to connect with your higher self and your guides? And let's ask, what is it that we need to heal as a collective? I didn't prepare anything ahead of time. I'm going to do this right here on the spot right now. And even if somebody is listening to the recording or watching this is going to heal for them as well, because energetically, that's kind of how it works. So I'm going to use my little dowsing tool here and I'm going to ask, all right, got your permission? Thank you, Clive. Right, so for all of us here, and I've already asked my team, my guides, my masters, the ascended masters, the beings of light, to be present with us, to assist this process right here and right now. All right, so I'm going to ask for all of us right here, what is keeping us, all of humanity, from our highest and truest self? What needs to be cleared right now at this time? And I'm going to go through and I'm going to ask the charts here. Do we have any trapped emotions collectively that we need to clear? And I do get a yes. Let me find out. Okay. And they're going to show me what it is. Okay. Okay. The first thing that's coming up here is lack of trust. Lack of trust. Does that make sense to you guys? I want you to think about what that means. Do you know what deep trust really is? How deeply can you trust yourself? How deeply can you trust your intuition, your instincts, your guides? Can you trust your heart? Can you trust the people closest to you? Can you trust nature? Can you trust your community? Can you trust your guides or your government? Can you trust God? Can you trust your higher self? How deeply can you trust? So we have a lack of trust going on. We don't trust that we're even powerful enough to make a change. So let's clear that. All right. If you're with me on that, we're going to do a clearing for everybody here to clear lack of trust that's in our energy field. All right. So let's do this. So take a deep breath and relax. Feel into the energy if you would like, as I create a powerful magnetic vortex of light to go down deep into your energy field, to draw out, tag, neutralize any energy around lack of trust for every single person here. Clear it right now from every memory, every event, all time, all patterns, all circumstances, going all the way down to the core of where this was first created. Let it go down. Okay. Let's lift up and clear that energy out of your organs, tissues, glands, cells, meridians, your mental body, emotional body, and clear it from your DNA. Neutralize and turn off the frequency, the pattern, and the energy from all time, all space, and all dimensions as it no longer serves your highest good, allowing it to release easily, safely, gently, and completely. And for this, we are truly grateful. Thank you so much. All right, let that one go. All right. So I'm going to ask for all of humanity, what is keeping us from our highest and truest self, our highest potential? Are there any other stuck emotions? And this is for the collective that needs to be cleared. I get a no. Any core fears? I do get a yes. Okay, let me see. I'm just dowsing the charts. It's going to show me exactly what it is. Okay. And okay. What comes up is we have a fear of not being good enough. Does that resonate with anybody? I think that tends to be a pretty common thing. Very often we feel like on a deep level, maybe we're not good enough, maybe we're not strong enough, maybe we're not powerful enough, maybe we're not wise enough. And this is something that came in as a collective from our ancestry. You know, as they've gone through many challenges, oh, there was a lot of fear and judgment, shame, you know, difficulty. So let's clear this fear of not being good enough. Okay, if you want to clear it for yourself, just be present with me if you want. Close your eyes and you can picture feeling into the energy. It's almost like a vortex that starts above your head. It's a vortex with a column of light that goes all the way down to below your feet, and then we pull it right back up again. All right. All right. So take a deep breath and relax as we create this powerful multidimensional vortex of light to go down deep into your energy field, to draw out, tag, neutralize anything that keeps us in fear of not being good enough. Let's pull it out and clear it from every memory, every event, all time, all patterns, all circumstances, going all the way down to the core of when it was first created. Letting it go down. All right, now let's lift up and clear that emotion out of your energy field, out of your cells, organs, tissues, glands, meridians, your mental body, emotional body, and clear it from the DNA. Neutralize and turn off the frequency, the pattern, and the energy from all time, all space, and all dimensions as it no longer serves your highest good, allowing it to release easily, safely, gently, and completely. For this, we are truly grateful. Thank you so much. All right, take a deep breath and let that one release. Good. All right, so for all of humanity, for everyone here as a collective group, thank you for being here. I'm going to ask, what is keeping us as a collective group from our highest and truest self that needs to be released at this time? Anything here? Any core fears, inner challenges? Any limiting beliefs? I do get a yes. Okay, let's see what's showing up here. Okay. Okay, here's a belief here that shows up that says, life is unfair or God is unfair. Can anyone relate to that? Have you ever had a belief that, you know, why is this happening? Why is God doing this? You know, it's not fair. Well, it's something that we inherited. We brought it in. You know, our ancestors brought it in because they've gone through all kinds of shock and trauma, you know, challenges, violence, murder, rape, all kinds of things. And it's like, really? Why would God do that? It's not fair. Why do we have to experience it? It's not fair. So as a collective, we have a memory of that needs to get cleared. That's what's showing up. All right, so you guys with me? You want to heal this or clear it? Let's do it. Thank you. All right, take a deep breath and relax. If you'd like, close your eyes, feel into the energy as we create this powerful magnetic vortex of light to go down deep into your energy field, to draw out, tag, and neutralize any idea or belief or thought that life is unfair or God is unfair. Let's just pull it out. Clear it from every memory, every event, all time, all patterns, all circumstances, going all the way down, all lifetimes, to where this was originally created. Let it go down deep. Okay, now I kind of cut the taproot. And now let's lift up and clear that energy out of your cells, your organs, tissues, glands, meridians, your mental body, emotional body, and clear it from your DNA. Neutralize and transmute, turn off the frequency, the pattern, and the energy. For everyone here, from all time, all space, and all dimensions, as it no longer serves your highest good. Allow it to release easily, safely, gently, and completely. And for this, we are truly grateful. Thank you so much. And we lock it in. Thank you. All right. Take a deep breath and let that one go. All right. So now, for everyone here, I'm going to ask, what is keeping all of us and all of humanity from our highest and truest self, from being our most magnificent self? And I'm going to ask the guides to show me. We're going to go through the charts one more time. And is there blockages in the body? Let's just see what's the next thing that shows up. I have a number of charts we're going to go through. Any stuck energy in the chakras. Okay, so this is collectively addictions, chronic stressors. Oh, I get a yes for that chart. Okay, there's like 30 different chronic stressors on here. So let's see for all of humanity. Okay. So what's showing up on this chart is some past traumas. I'm just jotting it down, and PTSD. Can anyone relate to that? You may or may not have had traumas in this lifetime, but many of us have. But we have the memory of it in our DNA, in our cellular memories, in our nervous system, in our hearts, you know, of past traumas. This needs to be healed and released. So we're not constantly in fear of trauma. You know, we need to heal this for our ancestors as well. You know, the cool thing is that not only does it clear for you, but all of our previous ancestors, I don't care if it goes back 50 generations. If you think about it, there's on average 4 generations per 100 years, right? Let's say every 25 years. So if something goes back 50, let's say make it easy, 40 generations back, sometimes people go, oh, wow, that's a lot. And it's like, no, it's really only about, what, 1,000 years? You know, is that right? Did I do the math right? So anyway, it's like, you know, our ancestors have been here for a very long time. And collectively, they've gone through a lot of trauma. And they were mainly, when you're going through all kinds of trauma, you're really stuck in your 3D physical reality, and things are challenging. As we're expanding to know more of who we truly are, we have so much more potential that's infinite. So let's clear this out of all of our energy fields. This is a little bit of a different process. Where's my charts? Here we go. Let's clear this. And this one, we're going to clear from it's a chronic stress, right? It's held in our nervous system, in our brain, our spines, and our nervous system. That's where we're going to focus on healing. So as we do this clearing, feel free to close your eyes and relax, feel into the energy and focus on your brain, your spine, and your nervous system. Take a deep breath and relax. As we create this magnetic vortex to dissolve, neutralize, and transmute all stressors, all blocks, all fears, all traumas in the brain and nervous system. Release any and all emotions, fears, chronic irritations, or negative influences. Release and neutralize any past trauma and PTSD. Release and neutralize any and all past traumas and PTSD for everyone here. Allow it to clear right now. Release and flush out this entire area easily, safely, gently, and completely, knowing it no longer serves your highest good. Allow it to soothe, allow it to calm, allow it to release. All right, now we're going to do a healing. As we see an increase in the flow of energy, increasing the flow of energy into your brain and your nervous system, including all your neurons, nerve endings, and let's include the adrenals. As we strengthen, soothe, and energize these areas, increasing the flow and function to a healthy state once again. Transform any old stuck energy to awaken and energize this area. Empower your brain and nervous system to its fullest state of potential for your highest good. And we thank you for this release and this healing as we align it with your higher self. Thank you. Lock it in. Perfect. Take a breath and let that one go. All right. So now I'm going to ask for everyone here and for all of humanity. So what is keeping us from our highest and truest self? Get my papers out of the way here. Right. Are there any archetypes, archetypal patterns, persistent identities? Nope. No. Any cords that need to be cut or cleared? I do get a yes. Okay, good. Let's see what's showing up here. And this is for all of humanity. Oh, good. I love this one. I love this one. We're going to cut millions of cords from all lifetimes. That's a powerful one. It's kind of like, okay, let's do it. All right. You guys want to do this one with me? This is a different technique that's multidimensional. All right. Take a deep breath and relax. And now we create this powerful multidimensional energy vortex for everyone here and for all of humanity, our human brothers and sisters, to go into your energy field, into all time, all space, all dimensions, all layers, and all lifetimes, cutting and clearing millions of cords from all lifetimes, cutting and clearing millions of cords from all lifetimes. May they be released and come forth, be released to the light. Release them now for your highest good as we allow them to clear going back into the light. Allow all energies related to this to be cleared and released right now, easily, safely, gently, and completely. And allow this process to continue for everyone here and all of humanity until it's absolutely complete. We thank you for your love, support, and guidance in this healing. Thank you so much. Okay. Take a breath and let that one go. Whew. That was a big one. All right. Can anybody feel that energy? All right. So let's just ask for all of humanity and everyone here, what is keeping us from our highest and truest self? Any other cords we need to cut? Any energies to be released? Anything to release and deactivate? I do get a yes. Okay. Show us what we need to release and deactivate. Oh, good. So what says yes here is fear-based narratives. All right. Can anybody relate to that? Boy, we have been told stories for a very long time of how life works, what our history is like, what we need to do. We have, religions, we have schools, we have media, we have programs, we have all these things that tell us how to be. And we buy it. Okay, this is how we're supposed to live. This is what we're supposed to do. These are the stories that we hear, and many of them are limiting. Many of them are not even true. But we fit ourselves into that context of beliefs and fears and doubts and limitations and judgments, and that's how we operate our life. And every once in a while we grow and we get some insights, but then we go back to the box a little bit, So fear-based narratives. How many people are feeling fear from all the narratives that we're hearing constantly? It's absolutely insane. People are tired of it. People are sick of it. Why can't we be loving, supportive, compassionate beings that support each other with kindness? That's where we're heading. All right, let's clear this. So this is to release and deactivate fear-based narratives. If you guys are ready for this, take a deep breath, close your eyes and relax. And we now create this powerful, multidimensional vortex of light to go down deep into your energy field, into all time, all space, all dimensions, all layers, and all lifetimes. Cutting, clearing, releasing, and deactivating all fear-based narratives. Release and deactivate all fear-based narratives. Release and deactivate all fear-based narratives. And include any energies related to this. Release them now, going back into the light, being released for the highest good of all. We allow them to be cleared and deactivated right now, easily, safely, gently, and completely. And allow this process to continue for everyone listening to this until it's absolutely complete, aligning it with your highest and truest self. And we are grateful for this release. Thank you so much. Okay, let that one go. You guys doing okay? Let me just see what else is showing up here for all of humanity, for our highest and truest self. Anything else here? What do we need to rebuild and strengthen in the body? I get a yes. Okay, let's see what shows up on this chart. Okay. So this is interesting. They want us to rebuild and strengthen the entire nervous system. Now, if any of you guys are into healing energy work or you're familiar with the chakras, you may know or understand that the energy system, the nervous system is actually what we call a seventh chakra issue, right? Our seventh, every single chakra, which is an energy center, is connected to an organ, gland, as well as emotions and energies. And this one is connecting to our divine source, having an open chakra. So our brain and our nervous system are connected to an infinite, powerful divine source. You know what I used to see with iridology, focusing on the eyes for many, many years? Many people's seventh chakra is closed. It's like, and it was an inherited pattern. And it's closed because we inherit that energy from our ancestors. It's like, I try to do good in my life and I go to church and I take care of this and I take care of the kids or whatever it is. I do my job, but I don't quite get how I'm connected to a divine, infinite, powerful source. So our nervous system suffers. And right now, if you've got chronic stress in the nervous system, which we're all experiencing, it's because we are only seeing 3D physical reality. We're only in our 3D bodies. And we're not open and aligned and connected with a much bigger picture of an infinite, powerful source, right? So let's rebuild and strengthen the entire nervous system for everyone here. All right, you guys good with that? Good. Thanks, Samantha. Thank you, guys. All right. So we are going to rebuild and strengthen. Okay. So this is a healing, and this is a multidimensional healing too. It's almost like a toroidal field going through your energy field. Take a deep breath and relax. Close your eyes and feel into the energy if you like. As we now use this powerful multidimensional energy vortex to rebuild and strengthen the entire nervous system for everyone here, for all of humanity. Rebuild and strengthen, heal the entire nervous system, including our brain, including our adrenals. Restoring you now with perfect healthy cells, renewed energy and vitality, bringing everything back into balance, knowing your magnificent body has complete memory and divine programming for this healthy, restored state. We increase and improve everything associated with this function right here and right now. And we're truly grateful for this capability. Thank you so much. We're going to align it with your higher self. All right. Let go. Thank you. And I just want to ask for all of humanity, for everybody right here listening, or anyone that listens to the recording, is there anything we need to activate and reset? I do get a yes. Okay, let me go through this chart. And I'm just watching to see what it's going to show us. Okay. Oh, this is cool. Okay. So this says to activate and reset our connection to light beings, angels, and guides. Can anyone relate to that? Yeah. Activate and reset our connection to your guides, to your angels, to your higher self. Activate and reset it. We're going to reset it, our ability to do this. Perfect. Great, great, great. All right. I love it when it just shows us where to go. All right, take a deep breath and relax. And once again, we're going to create this powerful, multidimensional energy field for everyone here, for all of humanity at this time, everyone listening, to activate and reset your connection with your light beings, angels, and guides. Activate and reset your connection with the beings of the highest light and resonance, your angels and guides. Activate and reset this ability. We're activating, resetting, and strengthening your innate ability to utilize this function effortlessly and easily, knowing it's your divine right, knowing it's the highest aspect of your true self. It's in alignment with your inner soul. And may this process continue to expand for everyone here comfortably and easily for you, bringing you great fulfillment and capabilities. And for this, we are truly grateful. Thank you so much. All right, take a breath and let that one be. Now to finish up, we cleared 8 things already, which was pretty good. But I want to go into the healing charts now and just see what we need to realign ourselves with our highest innate intelligence, our truest self, our divine sense of being. Is there anything needed to improve our life? Any empowering beliefs that are beneficial? Yes. Okay, let's see what shows up. Column 1 says yes. Okay. So this says, I respect myself and all others. All right. What if that was a beautiful, empowering belief that you knew 100%, you always respect yourself and all others? We don't put other people down. We don't judge them. Everybody's in their own place in their evolution of their soul. There's no need to judge anything. There's no need to forgive anything, because if you are judging something, or if you think you need to forgive, it's because you're holding a judgment on it. What if you just respect yourself and respect all others? Feel what that feels like to just respect. Honor yourself above all. Don't let someone tell you what to do. If you don't believe that it's healthy for you or good for you, don't do it. Stand up for yourself and respect and honor your divine self. Respect and honor everybody else's choice, their decisions. All right? Before I infuse that, I'm just going to ask for all of humanity here, for everyone here, are there any virtues that we are here to master related to being our truest and highest self? And I get a strong yes on this. Okay. Column 2 says yes. Okay. And let's see what shows up in this list as we douse through it. Okay. So the virtue that we are here to master is your magnificence. We're here to master that. So on a soul level, our greatest challenge in life is, what if we're small? What if we're not? What if we're different? What if we're limited? What if I don't have enough money? I don't have this. I don't have that. It's like, as we turn that around and heal it, we realize we are connected to a divine, magnificent, infinite source, one universal consciousness, constantly unlimited, wise beyond measure, all loving, all powerful. There is no such thing as lack in this entire universe. We have everything we need on this planet as a gift to live, grow, heal, and prosper, because you are a magnificent being who came here to do that. So let's infuse that energy, that healing energy of being a magnificent being into your energy field. This is beautiful. This one doesn't come up very often, but it's very beautiful. All right, you guys good with that? Take a deep breath and relax. Picture this beautiful divine vortex of light as we now infuse your energy field for everyone here with this beautiful, loving, balancing energy of divine golden light, this infinite golden light, bringing in the energy of being a magnificent being, bringing in the energy of respecting yourself above everything else, and respect others as magnificent divine beings of light above everything else, without fail, without limitations, without judgments, respecting everyone's magnificence, my magnificence, your magnificence, knowing that it's the highest aspect of your true self. It's the full expression and alignment with your inner soul, as it releases anything that no longer serves you, but fills you now with rich fulfillment, true and lasting healing and inner joy into your life in every way, every single day. And for this, we are truly grateful. Thank you so much. And we're aligning it with your highest self. Thank you so much. And lock it in. Ooh, that was good. All right. Good, good, good. And now we just have 2 more charts to go through real quick, okay? So related to being our highest and true self, what do we need to master for our infinite beingness? I'm going to go through this chart and see what it shows us. Column 3 says yes. Okay. Okay. And what's showing up? What we need to master for our infinite beingness is connecting with our divine source. Sometimes we seem to do that for glimpses of time, for little periods of time, right? But not all day long. Not every day. So let's connect us to master your infinite beingness with your divine infinite source. Are you guys ready for that? It's kind of similar to what we were just doing. All right, thank you. And I'm using my divine golden hue pendulum, which gives off the highest frequency. So take a deep breath and relax. Feel into the energy As we now infuse your energy field for everyone listening to this right now and for all of humanity with this protective, loving, balancing, healing energy of divine golden light, bringing in the energy of connecting with your divine infinite source, bringing in that energy, knowing it is the highest aspect of your true self, full expression and alignment with your inner soul, as it releases anything that no longer serves you, but fills you now with rich fulfillment, true and lasting healing and inner joy into your life in every way, every single day. And for this, we are truly grateful. Thank you so much. Thank you. Breathe it in. Be in that energy, bringing in divine golden light as you're now more aligned with your true self. We cleared a number of strong things that were pulling us as a collective off our center, off our power center, right? And I'm just going to ask one more. What is, for everyone here, what is the most important key for our inner healing? Let's see what the healing key is. And I just watched my dowser. Oh, good. All right. So what's coming in here? I love this one. And I'm going to read it to you because it's an exercise that you can do. Here it is. Okay. It's called Blessing the Past and Give It a New Vision. You ready? I love this one. Okay. What you can do is either place your hands together in prayer position, or if you want, face out. Recognize, accept, and appreciate everything about your past and the path that has led you to being here right now. Bless your past. Bless your journey. Bless your ancestors. Bless your mistakes, along with your accomplishments. Release them now to the past. Being grateful, and close the door. Close the door. Be grateful, bless your past, and close the door. If you want to, you can either turn around or just picture putting your hands out. And now look forward to your future. Create the highest vision of yourself, your life. What does that look like? Be very clear with your intentions, your desires, your goals, your purpose. What are you choosing to create now? What are you choosing to create? Write it down, and you can do this later when you want to. Write it down using clarity, use joyful emotions, use a clear vision and picture, what are you now as this wise, mature, infinite being of light? What are you choosing to create? What do you want your life to look like for the next 2 years, the next 5 years, the next 10 years, the next 50 years? What are you choosing to manifest as this divine human being of light? It's like creating your own mind movie, your picture of your future right now. Keep your eye on the goal. If you don't have a goal of what you're creating, then you're just going along reacting to life every single day. Create a vision of what you're choosing to create. Keep your eye on the goal, and the path will reveal itself. It'll open up. You want to hear a wonderful little secret? Is we have the power to choose and decide. If we go through life and we say, well, you know, I'd really, really like that, but I don't know how it's going to happen. I don't think it's possible. I don't really have enough money. Like what I want is not going to happen. It's just, you know, I'd like that. That would be really great. That's really nice, but it's just, I just can't see how it's going to happen. Then the universe does absolutely nothing to help you because you haven't decided anything. But the minute you say, you know what, that's exactly what I want. That's what I want to experience. That's what I love. That's what I'm moving toward. I don't know how it's going to happen, but that's what I'm going to create in my life. And you know what happens? The universe says, okay, great. Jane just decided. So now let's put everything in the path to line up to manifest that, because you're a powerful manifester. If you don't believe that, then you're not going to create anything. But you are magnificent, powerful beyond measure. I'm going to use a different pendulum here, and we're going to now do one final healing spin to infuse all this into your energy field. All right? All right, so take a deep breath and relax. we now infuse your energy field with this protective, loving, balancing energy of divine golden light, bringing in the energy of connecting with your divine source, bringing in the energy of manifesting as a human species a magnificent future of love, kindness, infinite possibilities, compassion, joy, love, wisdom into our lives every single day, knowing that this is the highest aspect of your true self. It's the full expression and alignment with your inner soul as it releases anything that no longer serves you but fills you now with rich fulfillment, true and lasting healing and inner joy into your life in every way, every single day. And for this, we are truly grateful. Thank you so much. Thank you. We lock it in. All right, take a deep breath and relax. So, hopefully you could feel some of that energy. And it does work for every single person because energetically, we are all connected to the same space. All right? So what ends up happening is I actually do these healing sessions, and so do my certified practitioners. And I have some from several different countries all around the world, which is really great. And I'm looking for more and more people who want to learn how to do this themselves as well. So as we clear things on a personal level, it's extraordinary, the stories that show up of where our ancestors came from. I'll give you one example. I had one young man recently has such chronic anxiety. He has a hard time sleeping, such chronic anxiety, you know, and his mother always taught him that you can't fail. It's not acceptable to fail. A lot of pressure was put on him, you know. It's like, okay, so let's find out what's going on. And we found out all this stuff. And you know what came up? There was several different things that came up from 21 generations ago on his mother's side. And I'm like, okay, this is interesting. So we were clearing the stuff, and then I felt into the energy. And you know what I saw? Was back then, 21 generations ago, his ancestors on his mother's side, they were in this massive earthquake where the earth was crumbling below them, and they were trying to save family members, and many failed, and they lost their family members. So this was a severe shock and trauma to their system, which they didn't recover from. And then it gets passed down generationally and generationally, but it comes in on an unconscious level. And we cleared that, we neutralized it. And it was amazing because it was like, it wasn't his fault. It wasn't his mother's fault. It was this energy that's been in his DNA. And what happens for all of us, many times you guys are all here because you chose, and often people come in to do this healing work and you choose to heal things for all your ancestors. I always used to joke, there's a healer in every family and tag you're it, right? I was kind of like that too. It's like, because we can choose to heal all these ancestral patterns, and we have to do this now. We cannot cross this bridge to the higher dimension of fifth dimensional being, bringing baggage with us. Doesn't work. I heard that back in, remember 2012, December 21st? It's like, oh, we're going to be crossing this rainbow bridge of light to a higher way of being, a fifth dimensional being. But the trick is you can't bring any of your baggage with it. You have to drop it. But how do we know what the baggage is if most of it's unconscious, right? So we can actually do that, clear it. And things shift magically. This young man was like, oh my God, I have never felt so calm in my entire life. Sometimes what happens with people is afterwards, they have to sleep for a number of hours. You know, I mean, I don't mean like that right at the moment, but you know, they sleep that night and maybe have 9 hours of sleep like they never slept before, kind of thing. So what I always tell people afterwards, and I'll tell you guys this right now for everyone here, we just went through a massive shift. Your vibration is going to be recalibrating over the next few days. Take extra good care of yourself. Eat good, wholesome, healthy food. Avoid junk food, sugar, and alcohol because they bring your frequency down. And let yourself integrate. Okay, spend some time in nature. Maybe use some essential oils. Take good care of yourself. Do things that you enjoy. Get some rest. Drink plenty of water. Water helps our electrical system and our energy field as well. And you'll see what happens. Let yourself experience some integration of shifts. All right. So if anyone is interested, just so you know, for sessions, my website's ultimatehealing.com. And I'm just working on BioField Clearing for people. I'm not even doing my naturopathic practice anymore because there's a ton of people that can tell you what supplements to take or how to change your diet. That's not my interest anymore. It's the deeper healing work, and I'm just busy with that. And I also teach BioField Clearing. So I have another course starting Tuesday, October 5th, and it's an 8-week online training. It's 2 hours once a week, a masterclass series. You get your manuals, you get the charts, you get all instructions, you get the techniques. We practice with each other. I do sessions with everyone in the class. And you can be certified as a practitioner if you like. You don't have to. It's excellent to learn for your own personal use, for your family. So you're welcome to do that if you would like. So, and if not, that's totally okay too. If you know anyone that might be interested, please let me know. So, because that's coming up, and I do have an early bird special right now where it's $100 off. So I usually do it 2 or 3 times a year to do the series, and it's just extraordinary. So if anybody wants to say anything, you're welcome to unmute. If you have any questions or anything like that, I'm happy to answer that. Otherwise, I'm grateful that you guys all showed up. That's cool. So what does that say, Clive? You are amazing. Big hug. Thank you so much. That's cool. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah. Lisa, I'm going to do a session with you tomorrow. Did you have a question?
Yes, I'm very interested in the course. You said it's on Tuesday. Is at a certain time?
It's from 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern time.
Okay.
So there's more information on the website, which is biofieldclearing.com. And go to the page that says course registration. I have videos on there as well to really understand deeper what this is about. But it's phenomenal when you learn how to do it for yourself. Plus, once you learn the technique, I have my students practice giving and receiving sessions with each other as well as they get sessions with me. So you really actually get what it feels like to experience a series of sessions. And just so you know, I do offer a discount for, you can buy one session if you want to, if you're going to work with me personally. Or I give a discount for a series, a block of 3. It's like $20 off per session, so it's $60 off. A block of 6 is $40 off per session. So you save $240. And the cool thing is when you go through a series, you're going to go deeper and deeper and deeper and unravel things. And I usually ask people to wait at least 2 weeks in between sessions. You can wait longer too, because you're going to integrate. You're going to recalibrate your energy field in between. So I know Nance Donas here is from Canada, and she just completed a course with me. Anything you want to share, Nance? Feel free to say so, or not, that's fine. Anyone else have any questions? All right. Well, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for doing this. Thank you for showing up for humanity. So may you be blessed. May you be infinite and wonderful in your magnificent creations, and keep your vision of the highest light that you want to create. Really do that exercise of blessing your past and now create a new vision for the future. What are we choosing to create collectively? Let's make it great. Let's make it kind and loving, joyful, peaceful, compassionate, infinite, abundant, right? Thank you so much. All right. Thank you, everybody. Take good care. I will be putting this on my website as well as my YouTube channel. So if you want to share it with someone, please do, because they'll experience it as well. Okay. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.